Recording. 3, 2. What's going on, doozers? And welcome to episode 5 of the Townsend Project. We are starting today outside of Redstone Plus. And the reason we're outside of Redstone Plus is because there are just some things that I don't like to make. And of those things I don't like to make are dispensers. Now, last I checked, dispensers were selling at a price of... Guys, I think it was 1 diamond for 16, and I need a stack. So I'm pleasantly surprised. Okay, well, we'll go with it. I won't complain about that in the least. So, the reason I need some dispensers is I've got some other stuff I've done up too. So let me grab these out real quick, and you might be able to figure it out really fast. So I have a whole bunch of cobblestone. I have a whole bunch of trapdoors. And a whole bunch of walls and water buckets. Now, that combination of materials may seem pretty mundane, but there's actually a reason for it. So, in fact, okay, I got dirt and I got that. Cool. We'll just do this. So here's why. In the game, the spawning algorithm is kind of goofy, and you also get to play with mob sizes. So most of your average mobs, with the exception of the Endermen, are only 2 blocks tall. All right? Now, the other thing is that if it's in a spot that is less than two spots tall, most of your mobs, like zombies and pigmen, skeletons, that kind of stuff, will not spawn. Then you also have the spiders that require a 3x3. So if you looked at this area right here, a spider could spawn there, but you put a trap door there, now that spider can't spawn in that 3x3 anymore. So what we're doing is we're playing with a little bit of spawn mechanics here. Now, out of all of your 2-high mobs, there is one mob in particular that I'm after, and I'm lucky enough that they are not 2 blocks tall. They're only 1 3/4 tall. And that's right. Creepers. Creepers are only 1 3/4 block tall, which means that if you wanted to do a farm based entirely on creepers, all you have to do is put your spawning platforms like this, 1 level, 2, and another level, and then cover the roof with trapdoors, and you will not spawn anything but creepers. So why is that important? Well, the reason that's important is actually right over here. We only have 1 shop that sells fireworks right now, and I have an infinite source of paper. The problem is I don't have an infinite source of gunpowder. And right now, a single stack of Duration 1 rockets, other than being sold out, is 1 diamond. I'm still a little bit poor. I don't have a lot of cash on me yet. I think at the moment I'm sitting on a couple diamond blocks, which I know that sounds like a lot, but when you're looking at the prices of the shopping district, it's pretty expensive. Now, we do have our own iron shop, and let's see if we've got any sales. We do not. So, what we're going to do is, this episode is going to be devoted almost entirely to building a creeper farm. So, let's get back over to the base and figure out exactly where we're going to be putting that. And I'll be bringing you right back as soon as we get there. Okay, guys, so after exploring around and everything, I think that this is where we're going to end up building our creeper farm. Now, you can see that I am in a deep ocean, and over there, I noticed that there's a witch hut. So this could actually be very useful in the sense that we could make a dual farm here. We may be able to get both the creepers and witches if I AFK in the right spot. Now, what we're going to do is, this is a design, it's a combination of Ilmango and Mumbo and Nembom. A bunch of them have put this design together. I'm going to modify it for my uses. I'm in a deep ocean because there's no caves or anything below me. And the first thing I need to do is I need to make my water platform. Now, the water platform is where everything's going to start out from. So we're going to be putting layers to this above. But the first thing I need to do is I need to start out by making sure that everywhere that the mobs go is where I want it to be. So this area here, this 3x3 is going to get eliminated. This is going to be our drop point. So from there, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm going to put a block right there. And then I'm going to do the same thing to all the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus 1. And one more set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus 1. It's counting with Doozer today. So this is going to give us our drop point. Now, if mobs come and drop from these platforms, this is 8, this is 8, which means they're going to drop right in here, and there's a chance that they're going to go off the edge. So I think what we're actually going to end up doing here, and I just kind of thought of this as I was building this, is we're going to take this out we're going to take this out a little bit more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then put that there. So what that should do is when I put water in, that should give me 2 layers. And there's really little chance then of the mobs being able to go anywhere other than where I want them to. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1 for them. All right, so let me get this going. Once I have this base done, I will bring you back. All right, guys, so we are done with the base. This is going to be where the actual water goes. And this is going to be our flush system. So if I come down here... Okay, there we go. And let's go ahead and grab our supplies because we're pretty much going to be done here. The only thing that's really left to do here is to actually put in the collection area. And that's something that we can do as we go. It doesn't have to be a right now thing. It will be done before our first our first mob spawns, though. All right, so let's see here. One of you has it. Stone column. I think it's this one. There we go. All right, now I only need 2 water buckets, and once I get started, I'm only going to need the 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by putting water in the corner here. And now this is just a little bit of a goofball thing, and I keep forgetting to do it, but always put your water in like that, and there's a reason for that. Bombs away! Yep, down there. Sorry, ADHD. It's a thing. So, now what we need to do... Oh, and should make a sort... Now we have an infinite. Perfect. All right. So now what we can do is we can just come right along like this. And we can grab the water and go. Same thing here. We got to put that there. Grab water. One's going to go there. This should be going... It's going way too far. All right. Let me figure out what I did wrong here, and we'll be right back. All right. There we go. So now we have our 7x7, and just to be on the safe side, we're going to torch this for right now. That way we don't have anything spawning here. And this is going to be our collection platform. So let me get up top side here and get an idea for what we're looking at. So this is a huge area, and it's going to guarantee that none of the mobs, when we get them, they're not going to drop out of here. So they're always going to stay in the farm. Now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 8. Oops. And we're going to do this to all sides. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That. Alright, so now what we can do is we can start filling in these corner posts. And the way... I have a real hard time with building. So what we're going to be doing is just bringing these out. These not counted right. One. That one. This one isn't. So what we're going to have are these diamonds on each of these layers. And this is going to go all the way across. So let's see how many of these I want to get one done just to show you what I'm talking about. Okay. Alright, so there's our first diamond done and dusted. Now, what we have to take into consideration with this is I don't want anything other than creepers spawning in this area. So the way we're going to make sure that that happens... I still have some... I don't have 5. So the way we make sure that that happens is with walls. So what we want to do is we know that spiders take a 3x3 area to spawn. So if I go on to, let's see here, start from the center, 1, 2, 3, so there. 1, 2, there. 1, 2, there. Alright, so now all of these are in, and let's see if we can get a bird's eye view for. If you notice, there are no areas where there is a 3x3 set of blocks. And that is what spiders need in order to spawn. And since the next section of this farm is actually going to be built. Show you one right here. That's going to prevent Endermen. And then what we're going to be doing is we're going to be coming out with... Oh. Aha. We're going to be coming in with these trap doors, and we're going to line the entire underside of this with the trap doors. That will prevent all the other mobs from spawning. So I'm going to get to work on this, and I think it's probably going to be done best in the way of a third-person time-lapse. So I will be right back. Okay, so we are back. I hope you enjoyed that time lapse. We are now going to take care of our collection section. Now, for the collection, what I want to do is, let's see, I'm actually going to, so what I'm going to do is 1, 2, and now what I have is I have 3 hoppers that are going straight to here. Now this is going to be where my chests and everything start. And then these all face into that center row. So this is going to be my main collection point. Now from there, what we need to do is we need to get out some rails. And these don't have to be powered rails. It just happens to be what I have on me at the time. And we're going to lay the rails down. And we're going to plop a hopper minecart on top of them. Then we're going to squeak in here, and we're just going to knock out those, just like that. And we're going to do that we're going to do that with all this. If at first you don't succeed, right? So now we can put that there. Push these down using piston. So that pretty much takes care of it. Now what we got to do is we got to get some magma blocks in here, And what the magma blocks are going to do is they're going to push these guys down in, and then we'll be able to get all the collections real easy. So let me go grab some magma blocks, and I'll bring us right back. Alright, so we are back now. What we're going to do is we're going to start putting in our magma block. Now, you can do this in a couple different ways. You could sink the magma blocks in, which is what we're going to do. But just be aware that there's a whole bunch of ways that you can get this next step completed. We're going to do kind of a cheaty way. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to use... pistons, and we're going to push the magma blocks down into the minecarts. So the first thing we need to do... It's the wrong... We can do it this way. All right, there we go. So now we have that in place. Now we're going to have to build up a slight wall around this, just to make sure that we don't have any hiccups as far as where stuff is going. Now if I go here, perfect. It's all of my stuff. And now let's make sure it's actually working properly. And the way we're going to do that is actually toss in a couple of slabs. It's going... Perfect. Alright, so everything's working perfectly. Which means that now what we need to do is... And actually I'm going to use the slabs for this. Now what we can do is we can make sure that these guys can't get out of here. Now they're going to be dying from a couple of things. They're going to be taking fall damage for starters. So that's the first way they're going to be taking damage. But then what's going to happen is they're going to get into this collection area and they're not going to be able to get out. And they're going to take damage from the magma block just in case they survive. Now, the reason we do that is because occasionally you'll get something like a witch spawning up there, and the last thing that we want to deal with is trying to get rid of the witch. But the last thing we want to try to do is to have a witch sitting in here and messing up the spawn rates, because, I mean, that's something that they can do. So, the last thing that I need to do here is up there where that hole is, I need to build a little bit of a funnel. That way they always fall straight down into this. I don't want them, you know, coming down and then going off at an angle. So by putting in a funnel up there, it's going to align them. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of that right now, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, so that's going to end us for today. Unfortunately, I am running out of time. Now, before I go, we're going to take a look back in time. The very beginning of this episode, where we saw some chickens in a box. And I'm just going to show you my solution to the chickens in my box. All right, so they put chickens in my box. Here's how we're going to take care of it. What we're going to do is we're going to take some observers, a dispenser, this armor stand, and a little block of TNT, and we're going to set up this booby trap. And I know that they're going to come up, and they're going to try to put something else in here. And when they do, and they knock out the stone blocks in front, boom! In any case, guys, while I wait for that to happen, I hope you enjoy your day. Guys, again, as always, if you like the videos, drop me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. And more importantly, I saw 97% of my viewers aren't subscribed, guys. It's free. Click that subscribe button. I'd love to see a couple more people on the list. So, as always, this is Diamond Doozer, and I'm out.